Millions of crime drama fans breathed a sigh of relief when DCI Vera Stanhope strolled off into the sunset at the end of the show's last ever outing. Now Brenda Blethyn has told how she supported her character of 14 years living to tell the tale, while also revealing she suffered from imposter syndrome in the role and feels like she's never cracked Vera's Northeast accent. "I didn't want Vera killed off because I suspected that she'd be living on in the books," Brenda explains in ITV's behind-the-scenes documentary Vera, Farewell Pet. "She's a sensible woman, Vera. She knows when it's time to call it a day. In the same way Brenda Blethyn knows when it's time to call it a day. You just sense when the time is right." But the actress, who has told how she decided to retire from the role in a bid to reclaim her summers at the age of 78, admitted, "On the last day I felt very emotional. It's her packing up her stuff and backing out of the office, and I could have cried, to be honest. It's so bittersweet because I've loved every minute of this job." The last ever scene of Series 14, which was based on Anne Cleeve's 11th novel The Dark Wives, saw Vera walking across a beach with a smile on her face. "Well done, Brenda, it's a beautiful shot," a crew member was heard to call out. Having grown up in Ramsgate, Kent, Brenda said she'd largely based her accent on that of the show's props man Jeff Blackburn, who'd always help her out if she ever got stuck. "But I don't think actually that I have ever cracked it," she confessed. And despite having just been nominated for 2 Oscars when the series started in 2010, the actress reckons she sometimes feels less than confident. "I'm one of those people who has imposter syndrome," she says. "If a director comes in who I don't know, I straight away think they know it better than me." David Leon, who plays her sidekick D.I. Joe Ashworth, said that he and Brenda are as close as the characters they play, despite their sometimes turbulent relationship. "The two of them are like a surrogate mother and son. I think she loves him and admires him in a way that she doesn't really treat anyone else. He is at his happiest when they are together." In the last episode, Vera handed the unit over to Joe in a note, asking him to run it and saying he would do a great job, leading to calls from fans for a spin-off series. When David quit after 4 series back in 2014, Brenda admitted she was left heartbroken. Now the actor says he found it hard to leave, but was very glad to return after a 9-year break. "Brenda and I have always been very close and it was a really difficult decision to make. I just felt at the time I needed a new challenge. It was a privilege to be able to come back and finish the show. I think sometimes it's nice to have a new injection of energy." Another big favorite for Brenda was John Morrison, who played her long-standing whipping boy DC Kenny Lockhart. Although Brenda's always having a pop at him, he's the one who's been on her team the longest and he's the one most loyal to her, she says fondly in the film. "My brother, a lot of his friends are cops and they all say John is the most authentic cop on television. He's just so good. I love him." The actor said he'd enjoyed every minute of his time on the show, which kicked off in the 2nd episode of the first series. "These people are my friends, they are not my colleagues," John said. "I couldn't have asked for a better 14 years. Looking back on her time in the role, Brenda reckons D.I. Ashworth, then her DS, was one of the reasons the ITV drama proved such a success, now airing in 187 territories around the world. "I think when it first aired people weren't that enamored of Vera, but they did like Joe, and because he liked Vera, and the team liked Vera, people changed their mind about her. I liked that she didn't make any effort to ask you to like her. I've always tried to be true to Anne's depiction. She's not dependent on lipstick and there's no romantic involvement to hamper the story. With Vera, she just concentrates on the case." Bowing out, Brenda added, "It's quite thrilling to be in something so popular.